Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we do here is fire. You guys know the drill. So what's up, guys? We are coming from you at 12 o'clock a.m. here on Friday. I know we're doing it late, but guess what? We got to get this stuff done. So right now, we got a great show for you today here on YouTube on the Fire Sports Pod. After this, we're going to be posting on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, also on Fire Sports Pod, with a TikTok as well, with the Fire Sports Pod. So let's get right to it. We got 3 segments for you today on this Fire Show. We're going to talk about the Yankees' upcoming series versus the Orioles, and their trade rumors that we're trying to make ahead of the deadline on August 1st. Number 2 is the fantasy football. Now we're getting close to NFL season, so we got to get that fantasy. And I'm definitely gonna do like a mock draft in the coming weeks before school starts and before the upcoming football season starts, so you guys can see what my thoughts on a mock draft. I am in a fantasy league. A couple of my adults that are in my family are in fantasy league, so I'm gonna be doing mock drafts for them. Me as well, so we'll see what's going on. But other than that, guys, we got that, and then some news around the NFL. There's some big news that happened, some injuries and some other stuff. And then for number 3, the last one for our segment and for our show on the Fire Sports Pod, is how the Lakers roster is looking and heading into the next season, and who we lost, who we gained, who stayed, and the full roster. So let's get right to it. So first off, we're going to talk to you guys about the Yankees' upcoming series versus the Orioles. So if you guys didn't watch, we did split the Mets series 1-1. We lost 9-3, and we beat them last night 3-1. In the first game of the series, Herman just got outplayed again. We lost the game 9-3. We had no offense. Our defense was absolutely terrible. Herman gave up 6 runs in 6 innings. I don't know why he's out there for 6 innings and giving up 6 runs. I think it's just ridiculous that Boone keeps the dude out there for that long and then gives up all these runs. I just don't understand Boone's decision making when it comes to leaving pitchers in at a certain time or taking them out at a certain time. I just don't think he's in the right place when it comes to that. But other than that, we just got outplayed. And then the second game last night, we won 3-1. Rodon got his first win as a Yankee. That was great. He went, I believe, 5.2 innings, and only gave up 1 run. I believe he gave up like 5 or 6 hits, but only 1 run. He did really great. Our bullpen followed it up. Holmes got the 14th save of the season. That was fantastic. But it was great until we realized that, if I didn't let you guys know, we lost Trevino. Trevino is out with a serious injury, so he's out for the season. We're definitely losing Donaldson for the season, so we're down 2 guys. Judge is supposedly coming back. I know I told you guys back then he was hitting off the tee. Now he's hitting off live pitches. That was a couple days ago. So Boone did say on Tuesday that he wouldn't rule out Judge coming back this weekend for a game or 2 against the Orioles. But he said don't count on it, but also don't leave it out to dry. So there's a possibility, but I think they hold him out and they wait till next week, either for the week series versus things, or we wait till the next weekend versus whoever team we play. But I know we have a 3-game set versus the Orioles Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Tomorrow we play at 7:05 Eastern time. Garrett Cole starts on the mound. So and then we're versing Rodriguez. So Garrett Cole has a 9.2 record with a 2.78 ERA. And we're versing Rodriguez from Baltimore with a 2-2 record, a 6.91 ERA. So he's got a 6.91, versing our ace starter. So Cole should have no trouble with the Baltimore Orioles. But we should dominate Rodriguez when it comes to hitting. But we have to see, because Rodriguez, every time we have a pitcher like this that has a high ERA, we for some reason cannot live up to the hype and absolutely destroy them. We actually go down to our competition and we play crap. So let's hope that we change the ways that we're doing. But we are now 54-48 on the season. We are right now, I'm looking at the race. Baltimore is at 62-40. Tampa Bay is at 62-43. Toronto's at 57-46. Boston's at 55-47. And New York's at 54-48. So Boston has a 1-game lead over us, and they have the tiebreaker against us. So that's why they're above, and they're also a game ahead, win ahead. So we're right there on the cusp. We can be in third in the next 3 games. Let's say Toronto loses, say Boston loses, and New York wins all 3. We're right there, and we're really not that far from Tampa or Baltimore. We have 54 wins. We're 8 games back from the top spot in our division. So we are in the standings. We are in the race. We are right there. We just need to get over that hump. And if we can get over the hump, we'll be good. And a hump that we need to get over is getting Judge back. That's the biggest thing. I think if we get Judge back, I think we'll be good. But this series this weekend is going to be big for us because they did mention that with all the trade rumors and everything, we couldn't get Ohtani. He's off the block. We couldn't get Cody Bellinger. He's also off the block. So we got to look around. And we're thinking about Juan Soto maybe, a couple other guys, but not these big guys like Ohtani or Cody Bellinger. Juan Soto's big, but we might not even be able to get him either. I don't think the Padres are going to give him unless it's a substantial deal. And we're also going to keep our young guys like Dominguez and everybody from AAA, AA. So there's a lot of people that we're keeping. The young talent we would have traded for like an Ohtani or Cody Bellinger, but we're keeping back. So we really don't know. We're planning to buy out. But as we did see on July 26th, the Yankees are planning weekend return for Judge. HQAM newsletter for July 27th. So we're thinking about getting different people. But the Yankees are planning this weekend to return for Judge. That is absolutely insane. If we can get Judge back this weekend, that would be a big, big help for us. The Yankees and the Mets odds, picks, predictions, that was July 26th. As you guys see, we did 1-1. We should have won both games. We had a chance. We just couldn't get nothing going in the first game, and Herman played absolutely terrible. But script flip, first place Orioles faced the last place Yankees. Harrison Bader had an amazing night last night. He went 3 for 4 with a double and 2 runs in Wednesday's 3-1 win over the Mets. Peralta earned a hold over the Mets on Wednesday with a perfect inning of work during which he struck out 2 batters. And then Clay Holmes registered 14th save of the season and struck out. And Rodon, like we said, nabbed his first win as a Yankee. So let's pivot off of this to go to the New York Yankees trade rumors. So we're still undecided on deadline approach, but I believe now we are going to buy out, basically just kind of see what's happening. If this series goes well, we might push to get a player. If this series doesn't go well, we might just say forget about it and just roll with it and see what happens. But Yankees are struck in a tricky spot. We still haven't decided how to approach the next week's trade deadline reports. Club's decision markers are staying in trade limbo until the next few days play out, but we'll target an outfielder and a reliever if they don't fall too far back. Even if they do have a disappointing week, it doesn't seem as though selling is on the table, with the Yankees simply sticking to the modest moves in the instance. The club currently has a record of 53-48. That was a couple days ago. We are now 54-48. Which places them last in the deadly AL East, but still just 2.5 games out of the playoff spot. The playoff odds at fan groups give them a 31.7% chance of getting into the postseason, with baseball projected a slightly more optimistic at 42.6%. They are one of several clubs in an awkward spot where they are not completely buried, but not in such a strong position that aggressive buying is the obvious move. A major wild card here is the health of Aaron Judge, who has been on the injured list since June 4th due to a right great toe sprain. The Yankees were 35-25 after his last appearance, but have since gone 18-23 to land at their current record. Aaron Boone said yesterday that it is possible Judge could return without a rehab assignment. That is a little bit of a scare, with an activation of this weekend's series against the Orioles not totally off the table, with the Christopher Athletic among those who relied on the news. It was reported today by Joel Sherman of the New York Post that the club is planning to activate Judge on Friday. Woo, that's today. So let's hope. Though Boone quickly pushed back on that. He said that he wouldn't rule it out, but they are taking it one day at a time. Having Judge back in the lineup would obviously be tremendous help to the club's chances before getting on the injured list. He was having a season bit below his MVP campaign from last year, but only slightly. His .291, .404, and .675 batting line so far for this year's amount of WRC plus of 187, a bit of a drop from his 207 RWC plus last year, but still one of the best lines in the majors. Even Judge returned to the Yankees shortly. They would likely still be open to outfield upgrade. Judge might not need to see some time in the designated hitter slot as he returns from injury. Harrison Bader has dealt with many injuries. Jack Barrows, Greg Allen, Stanton, Billy McKinney, which of the uncertainty club that has already reported to the market, connected to Dylan Carson of the Cardinals, Randy Gretschert of the Rockies. Heman lists some speculative fits for the pursuit, including those two as well as Cody Bellinger and Tyler O'Neill. We saw that Cody Bellinger is now off the table, so that doesn't good. Tyler O'Neill is one of them. But as you guys can see, we have options, but they're not big names. Shohei Ohtani was taken off, so he is now with the Angels, and he did a one-hit, basically pitched his first complete game. Just went through the whole game, and he only gave a one hit. So that was pretty crazy. But other than that, guys, let's pivot to fantasy football. We're done with the Yankees. I'm gonna have a TikTok after this, talking a little bit more about tomorrow's game and how we're gonna plan out for the series, and then have one on Saturday, and then call it for Sunday, and then Monday I will return with you guys, talking to what you guys about what happened on Saturday and Sunday. But let's pivot to the fantasy football and news around the NFL. So we're going to talk to you a little bit about the top 10 players coming into this season on fantasy football. At number 1 is Christian McCaffrey. He's running back from San Francisco. Dude's a monster. Really can't complain about anything. His injury status is really always up in the air, but if he's healthy, he's one of the best backs in the league, if not the best. At number 2, you got the best wide receiver in the league by far, Justin Jefferson. I think he proved himself last year. We'll see. Now people know what he is, so we'll see if they're going to change up the coverages on him. At number 3, Jamar Chase, wide receiver for Cincinnati, another stud. Him and Justin Jefferson, one of the best in the league. I think Jamar Chase is going to have a breakout year again this year. Is going to do really well with Joe Burrow. At number 4, Nick Chubb. He's running back from Cleveland, another beast. He just cannot be stopped. He's like a freaking freight train coming down the line. You do not want to be in his way when he's running. Just get out of the way, because he's going to run over you, or he's going to juke the crap out of you. At number 5, you got the best tight end in football from Kansas City, Travis Kelce. Not a lot can be said about this guy. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. He is like a wide receiver and built like a tank. He's ridiculous. He'll catch anything, and he's got the best quarterback in the league passing him the ball. So you know he's going to get his yards, and he's going to get his touchdowns. At number 6, Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler did drop down from the 4th spot to the 6th spot. He's the running back for the Los Angeles Chargers. He's another great talent. He's just always injured. So if he's not injured, he's really good, especially as a flex. But also as a running back as well. So you can put him at either position. But Nick Chubb is really a solid running back. Austin Eckler is more of a flex and a running back. But he's great in both. Jonathan Taylor is another running back from Indianapolis. He's a great talent. 2 years ago, he was one of the best in the league. He's still one of the best. He's top 7 right here in the best fantasy in the league. And fantasy football players in the league. And then at number 8, Bijan Robertson, running back from Atlanta. He's a sleeper. He's the rookie for Bijan. Me as a Cowboy fan, I wanted Bijan, but he went to Atlanta. He's gonna be really good. He's great out of the backfield, great catching the ball, very quick, very moving. He's a fast, crazy kid. He's gonna be really good this year. He's gonna be really good for the years to come, especially with Atlanta. Atlanta needs some firepower and help with offense, because they really don't have any. At number 9, you got Cooper Kupp. 2 years ago with the Rams, he was really good. He was the runner-up. I think he was the he had a phenomenal season, one of the best as a wide receiver. He had Matthew Stafford thrown to him, and that was the first year with the Rams, and they did phenomenal, and they won the Super Bowl. But he's going to be really good, coming off an injury year last year, so let's hope he can get back to his status that he was a year ago. And then at number 10, you got Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a freight train running down. He is still number 10. He's getting a little older, but he's still a monster. And if you get in his way, he's going to either stiff on you or truck you to the next week. It's kind of ridiculous how good he is, how big he is, and how fast he can run at that size. It's ridiculous. He's literally like a freaking an alien. So it's pretty cool to see. But that's basically the top 10 fantasy football players coming into this season. It's going to change probably before the season starts. But right now, that's the top 10. You let me know what you guys think of the top 10. I really wouldn't move anything. I would probably put Derrick Henry at 9. I would probably put Cooper Kupp at 8, Bijan at 10, and Henry at 9. I don't think Bijan's better than Henry, and he hasn't played down in the NFL. I gotta see it to believe it, but I think he's gonna be really good. But let's go pivot off of that, and let's go to some news around the NFL. Joe Burrow, if you guys didn't realize, today he suffered a calf injury at practice to the point where he had to be carted off the field. So really, that wasn't the best thing for the Bengals. But at the same time, practice is practice. He was literally just running out of the pocket, and out of nowhere, he just caught his calf and just started limping until he fell to the ground. He had to be carted off the field. He couldn't walk. Put in no pressure on the calf. So let's hope it's not a big, serious injury, but he probably won't be ready until probably the beginning of the season. Darren Waller showing strong connection with Daniel Jones. That's good for the Giants. And you know, guys, I'm a Cowboys fan, but that's good for the Giants. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be really good for the Giants. Great pass catcher, great deep ball threat as a tight end. But his problem is staying healthy. If he can stay healthy, they'll be good. But if he can't stay healthy, they're gonna have another crappy year at tight end, because they had a bad one with Evan Ingram. He couldn't catch a freaking ball for his life. And now you got a guy that could catch a ball, but is never healthy enough to catch that ball that you need him to. So Garrett Wilson has an ankle, exits practice early. That's not good for the Jets. That's one of the best wide receivers, and he exits the practice with an ankle injury. So let's hope it's not a bad ankle. Maybe it's just a sprain. But it is the beginning of minicamp, so they have some time, but not a lot. We're almost in August, and September is coming around. That's the start of the season. Amari Cooper not practicing Wednesday with the minor tweak. So that's another thing for Amari Cooper. He's not practicing with the team. He has a minor tweak. That was his problem with Dallas. He always either get little minor injuries that would keep him out longer than you would expect, or he just would never show up. And for him not to show up, that's usually not showing up in the big moments, and that was his problem. He would show up at home, but he would never show up away. It was ridiculous. He would be like a non-factor, or it would be vice versa sometimes with Dallas. Dalvin Cook in talks to visit the Patriots this week. So the Vikings, if you guys don't know, did lose Dalvin Cook, their dynamic running back out of the backfield in Minnesota. So Kirk Cousins doesn't have a safety field in the backfield. But if Dalvin Cook goes to the Patriots might be scary, man. Patriots got that they got that grit, they got that thing. They're gonna need a running back behind Mac Jones. Mac Jones needs a safety blanket that he can go to when he gets pressured, and he can just dump it off, and he can get like 50 yards to a touchdown out of nowhere. James Cook, Dalvin Cook's brother, Bills OC states that he has a 3-down back potential. So Bills are going to be scary. They got 3 running backs that are legit running backs that are going to be really good. If they can do that with Josh Allen at the helm running the football the way he does and how powerful he does, they're going to be really good. They just need to make sure that they're all 3 consistent if they're going to do that like the Ravens are. The Ravens have like that 3-down back, and it's very consistent, and they really produce. They need that 3-down back to produce. If they don't produce, then what's the point of having a 3-down back? Just maybe make it like just 1. But another thing could be the size. Sometimes the skinnier you are, maybe you can't take the many hits. Like Tony Pollard, for example, he wasn't supposed to be the every down back. Zeke was. He was supposed to be that spurt, that little fast pace that we needed to get the first down or to get a big play. Now he's looking like he's gonna be the number 1 back. Some other news around the league. We had Jalen Ramsey. He had He undergo knee surgery and will miss the start of the season. So he's out for the start of the season for the Rams. Ramsey went down with a knee injury during Miami's practice on Thursday and is serious enough that he'll need surgery and will be forced to miss the start of the season. His ACL is reportedly still intact. So while this is a serious issue, it doesn't sound like it will end his career or end the season. So let's hope he gets back and is good to go with Miami. Marcus Williams taking on more of a leadership role. Williams spent 5 seasons with the Saints before joining the Ravens on a massive 5-year contract. Williams played 10 games in 2022, spending part of the season on the injured reserve. Baltimore parted ways with cornerback Marcus Peters and safety Chuck Clark. Tyreek Black leaves practice with a suspected back injury for the Jets. Black, a former undrafted wide receiver out of Texas, signed as a free agent in 2021 with the Indianapolis Colts before joining the New York Jets. With the Jets, he appeared in 1 game and made 1 catch for 10 yards. Black has been with the Ravens since January. So it's not the best, but it is what it is. He's suspected with a back injury. He's not the greatest guy, not the best player, so hopefully he gets a speedy recovery. And like I said, Joe Burrow suffers a calf injury. Darren Waller showing strong connection. Andy Isabella will work out for the Bills. 3 days after being released by the Ravens, Isabella will look to join a Bills wide receiver room with the 12 already on the depth chart after appearing in 5 games in 2022 between Cardinals and the Ravens, resulting in 2 receptions. Isabella will try to finally live up to his potential with the Bills. Chris Lemson signs with the Colts, entering his 5th year in the league. Lemson has primarily been used as a special teams and has started a game. His availability for the Colts may be limited since Lemon is connected to Alvin Kamara's assault case and could face discipline from the league. So that's not good. So Alvin Kamara, if you guys don't know, he is also being disciplined with an allegation of an assault charge. So we don't know what's the extent of that and how long Alvin Kamara will be out. And then he was with this too. Trayvon Diggs doesn't practice on Thursday today. Diggs didn't practice on Thursday because of an undisclosed issue of some kind, but head coach Mike McCarthy implied that it isn't a serious issue and he will presumably be back at practice sometime within the next few days. And the news shouldn't carry any weight for it. He also got re-signed to a great big contract, so hats off to Trayvon Diggs and his family and his son. His son's got to be loving that. Russell Wilson appears comfortable with Sean Payton's offense. That's good for Russell Wilson because he was absolutely atrociously terrible last year. And to the point where no one really wanted to play on his team and no one wanted to get passes from him. And no one gave him any sympathy at all because it looked like he just was lost. He went from a great quarterback, one of the best in the league, to an okay quarterback in Seattle his last year, to an absolute crap of a quarterback first year with the Broncos. So let's hope that Sean Payton, he understands it and whatever. Let's hope that Sean Payton gets this guy back to MVP level Russell Wilson. There's a lot of questions about Wilson and his ability to bounce back from the 2023, like I was saying. But hearing some positive news out of training camp like this is a step in the right direction. Sean Payton's offense has historically been very QB friendly if Wilson is continued to be thriving in it. Trayvon Penning, foot absent for the practice Thursday. Head coach Dennis Allen stated that the injury is not related to his previous surgery and is considered a day-to-day. The 24-year-old could reportedly be back early as this Friday. So that's good. But other than that, guys, let's pivot. We are at the 24 mark on our YouTube show here on the Fire Sports Pod. Let's pivot to our last segment for today on this fantastic show at 12:32 a.m. on this Friday morning. Let's go to the NBA and how the Lakers roster's looking in the upcoming season. Because if you guys don't know, the upcoming season's coming soon, man. We start in October. Late October, it's coming. Hockey's coming as well. We're going to have another video, a show for you talking about the couple rosters that I'm thinking that are going to be really well this year and how they're making out for the beginning of the season. A little quick thing, the Rangers did lose Tarasenko to the Senators on a $5 million deal. So, I mean, it is what it is. It happens. It's a business after all. So, all hats off to Tarasenko. Thanks for everything you've done with the Rangers. And I hope you have a successful time with the Senators. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Let's go right to the Lakers. So the Lakers made a lot of good off-season adjustments, of very good pickups, very good releases. I know we were talking a little bit about who they picked up, but let's really get tuned into the Lakers roster. So the players that the Lakers lost in free agent, let's get to right there. We lost Dennis Schroeder. We lost Lonnie Walker, the Lonnie Walker, our savior with Golden State. We lost Troy Brown Jr. Troy Brown Jr. was good in the beginning of the season, then fell off. Dennis Schroeder was really good for us the whole season. Lonnie Walker came big in the playoffs. Wendell Gabriel really didn't get off on the right foot with the Lakers. So hopefully as a Kentucky guy, he gets good with some other team. Malik Beasley, he was really good in the beginning of the season and then fell off again. He was not consistent at all. Mo Bamba, he barely played for us. He wasn't even available for the playoffs, so screw that dude. Tristan Thompson, my old guy from Cleveland, he did really well the only game he played, which was the last game, the fourth game of the Lakers and Nuggets series. He actually played pretty well, and Jokic bumping him, moving him, but he's gone. And Shaquille Harrison is also gone. But the players the Lakers signed in free agency, we got Taurean Prince, knockdown shooter. I think he's like 47% from three. Really good last year. Gabe Vincent, phenomenal. He was in the finals. He was a great point guard, great shooter, great decision making, great dribbler, and a good defender. I like him. Jackson Hayes, man's a beast. You throw it up, he's dunking it. He's a lob city with LeBron and AD, but he also a shot blocker. We need another shot blocker with Anthony Davis. Anthony can't do everything. I can't believe I'm saying it, but he's getting older, and every year it goes by, he's getting fragile and fragile. And that's why you call him Glass Davis, because he's absolutely full. His whole body's glass. Cam Reddish, we picked up. Everyone says that Cam Reddish is not good. Bullcrap. He is really good. He's just on the wrong teams. I think he was really good where he was. I just don't think he was in the right system. I think he's going to be really good here. We need shooters. He's a good shooter. He just needs to be consistently getting the ball when he's open and shooting it and making it. If he could do that, he's going to be a really good addition for the Lakers, especially either in our bench or starting, because we don't know who's going to be starting. But I'm going to make my own starting five of our full roster and our bench and see what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of our full roster for the Lakers. Even if you're not a Lakers fan or you are a Lakers fan, just let me know. But yeah, those are the 4 people we picked up in free agency. And I'll tell you guys who we re-signed. But our new full Lakers roster got 18 guys. LeBron James at number 1. 2 is Anthony Davis. 3 is D'Angelo Russell. That's 1. We had him on the team. We re-signed him. I was a little iffy about it, but to be honest, I like the pickup. He's a proven player. I think for him, having him for the whole season, we'll really see how he's going to play, how he's going to react. Let's see. At number 4, we signed Rui Hachimura to a monster 4-year, $55 million deal. That was really good. I love the way he played in the playoffs. He was our most consistent guy in the playoffs. He was monstrous for us in the playoffs. He's the reason why we got that far. And to be honest, if we passed him the ball a little bit more, maybe we would have got past the Nuggets. We just weren't giving him the ball. LeBron and AD trying to do everything. So hopefully we get that. Austin Reeves, that's my guy. He is awesome. I love him. He plays defense. He goes after loose balls. He plays offense. He can shoot the ball, dribble. He's fantastic. Gabe Vincent, we re-signed in free agency. Jaron Vanderbilt, we bought him back. He's a great defender. If he can get that corner shot, he's like PJ Tucker. If he can get that corner shot perfect and be able to kick it to him when we need it, and a safety blanket, bang. If he can hit that shot, he's going to be really good because he's a phenomenal defender. Especially the way he played defense on Steph Curry in that series, in the first couple of 2 games, that was phenomenal. And then against Ja Morant in that Memphis series, another great series for him. Taurean Prince, we signed in free agency, knockdown shooter as well. Jackson Hayes, free agency, lob city, shot blocker, good defender when it comes to the glass, getting boards and everything. Cam Reddish, good 3-point specialist, good dribbler. He just got to get his confidence up. Max Christie, that was our rookie. We kept him. He's going to be really good. He's doing really well in the summer league. He did phenomenal. Jalen Hood-Scanavone, he's really good. Maxwell Lewis, Those are the guys. Those are 13 guys that we have. Now these are two-way contract players. Alex Fudge, two-way. Colin Costalton, two-way, and Demoji Hodge is a two-way. As things stand, the Lakers have 2 open roster spots on the roster. So we have 18 total roster spots. We need to fill the 14th and 15th roster spots. The team has used all 3 of his two-way roster spots. While they do have 2 openings, the team is expected to leave 1 roster spot open when they head into the season. What do you think of the Lakers' new look roster? Let us know what you think. I really think that the Lakers roster is really good. So now out of the 10 guys that we have that really know, that out of the 10 guys, I'm gonna make a starting 5 and a starting 5 off the bench. I got LeBron James at the 3. I got Anthony Davis. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go number 1. I got point guard. We're gonna go with D'Angelo Russell at number 1. At number 2, we're going Austin Reeves at the shooting guard position. At 3, we got LeBron. At 4, we got Rhea Hachimura. And at 5, we got Anthony Davis. That's the starting 5. That's a monster 5. Then, at number 1 at point guard, we got Gabe Vincent coming off the bench. At the 2, we got Cam Reddish. At the 3, we're going to go with Taurean Prince. At the 4, we're going to go with Jared Vanderbilt. And at the 5, we're going with freaking Jackson Hayes. Tell me, guys, that is not a fire 10 guys right there. Starting 5 and bench. Starting 5. That's ridiculous. And we chuck in Max Christie, Jalen Hood-Scunafon, and Maxwell Lewis. Those 3 guys are proven. They played in the summer league. They're really good. You can put them in at any time. Max Christie, he's going to be really well, especially to back up Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, and Gabe Vincent's going to be really well. So I think we got a solid 10 guys. Actually, a solid 13. I would say solid 13. Top 10-wise, I think we're really phenomenal. If we can keep that starting 5, I think we're going to be really good next year. And I'm saying we win a chip already. If our roster stays like this and we come out and we play really well out of the gate, I think our roster is good enough to win the NBA championship. You guys might think I'm crazy, but guess what? Over here on the Fire Sports Pod, we always make bold predictions. That's one of us. That's one of them. Lakers winning the chip next year. And if I'm going to tell you right now, if Dallas starts out well, Dallas has a chance to win the Super Bowl as well. The Yankees, they got no freaking chance to win anything. They got to get their crap going. They got to get their crap together, and they need Judge back for them to do anything. Rangers, I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to do well, but I don't think they're going to make it and win the Stanley Cup. Could they make it? Yes. Do I think they'll win it? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not crazy with it. But other than that, that is pretty much it, guys, for my show for you today on the Fire Sports Pod. I know it is early, very early on our Friday. It's 12:41 a.m. currently right now. We are 33 minutes and 15 seconds into our YouTube show for you today here on the Fire Sports Pod. I hope you guys like this show. To me, I think this is a fire show. We had a great time. As you guys can see, a little bit different of a scenery, but we still got it done. We are down here in LBI, down the shore. It's coming here live at 12:42 a.m. down the shore. So it's a bit of a late one, or should I say early one. But we still got it through. So I will talk to you guys next week on Friday. Right after this, shortly, we're going to be posting Apple Podcasts and Spotify. That will probably be posting fully in about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. So probably about 3 o'clock in the morning. You can view it. I don't think anybody's up, but if you are up, give me a comment, give me a follow, give me a subscribe, give me everything you guys can give me, and help me out and get me my subscribers a little bit up. We're at keep right now. Let's keep, if we can keep rolling. After the Apple Podcast and Spotify, we'll finish up with a TikTok, short little TikTok of explaining what's happening next, actually tonight at 7:05 against the Orioles, and how we match up with Garrett Cole at the helm and our next 2 starting pitchers for the next 2 games. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everything, all the support, and that's a wrap. I'm your host, Zach Jackson, here on the Fire Sports Pod. See you next Friday. Peace out.